Hey everyone, hope you're all well. Welcome back to our channel, and in today's video I'm going to go over everything about Squarespace website design. So Squarespace templates are professionally designed by actual web designers, so their templates are known for being really sleek, really original, and really well thought out and designed. So especially compared to the likes of Jimdo or Squarespace or Wix, they have really beautiful designs, and it just means that you can get a professionally designed website for a fraction of the price and the time used as well. We'll look at some popular Squarespace website designs, some templates generated by Squarespace, and also compare it with other templates generated by other AI web builders. So without further ado, let's get started. So what are the different types of web design? One of the types of web design is a minimalist design. A minimalist design features a simple layout, limited color palette, and minimal use of graphics or other visual elements. A really good example of a website using minimalist design is Apple. So Apple's website is a great example of minimalist design. The layout is really simple. There's plenty of white space as well. It's a limited color palette and only has a few visual elements on each page. The typography is very clean, it's very easy to read, and the images and videos are really high quality and really impactful. The overall design is quite elegant and sophisticated, and the focus on the products and their features as well is there as well. This design approach is consistent across all of the website, and it provides a sort of seamless user experience as well. Crisp Studio, now known as Facilitator School, is a website that features a collection of websites or like a design portfolio, and it's a really great example of minimalist approach. The site uses a simple layout with plenty of white space, this kind of off-white, white, and yellow color scheme. And the images and videos are the main focus, and the site navigation is very minimalistic and intuitive as well. It's very easy to navigate, and this kind of consistent, and the branding and the color scheme is kind of consistent, and the style is consistent across their entire website. So it makes it a really easy website to navigate, and also provides a really seamless user experience as well. So it's a really good example of having a minimalistic approach to showcase all their portfolios basically. Awards.com is a website that features a collection of websites that are recognized for design and innovation. The site itself is a really great example of minimalist design with a simple layout, limited color palette, with a big focus on typography as well. The site navigation is easy to use, and the content is presented in this really clean and organized way. And similar to the other websites, the rest of their website is also following that kind of layout as well. So it makes a really seamless user experience and really clean and really kind of easy for users to manage as well. And lastly, Duolingo. So Duolingo's website is a great example of minimalist design applied to an educational website. This site uses a really clean layout with plenty of white space, simple graphics, and really bold kind of typography as well. The color palette is limited, but the use of bright, kind of cheerful colors really helps make the site feel really friendly and approachable as well, which is really important. Those are kind of really important feelings to kind of evoke from a user when it comes to an education style website. The site navigation is also really easy to use, and the focus on learning is helping users, and the focus is to help users learn a new language as well. So all these examples kind of show how minimalist design can be effective across a variety of different websites, from portfolio sites to educational sites to design showcase sites as well. So it's not limited to a certain type of website, but each kind of design, while it's using minimalist design, it kind of evokes a different kind of reaction from the user as well. So that's really important. The next kind of website design is flat design. So flat design is a style of website design that features really clean, simple graphics but bold, bright colors. So one example of flat design would be Spotify's website. So this is Spotify's website here, and Spotify's website is a great example of flat design. It has a really clean layout, simple graphics, and a really bold typography. The site uses, while it's dark, it uses sort of contrasting colors and simple kind of geometric shapes to create this kind of modern and playful feel as well. There are some bright colors used in different parts of the website, but overall it follows that kind of clean, seamless layout, and all of the colors are contrasting as well, so it makes it really easy to kind of see what the focus is on, and it uses these kind of graphics as well to kind of make it easy for users to kind of navigate across all the content as well. The site navigation is easy to use at the top here, and the content is presented in this really clean and organized way as well. Another example of flat website design is Stripe.com. So Stripe's website also features a flat design approach with a simple, clean layout, limited color palette, yet a really bold color palette, and minimalist graphics as well. The typography is really bold and easy to read, and the site navigation is clear and intuitive, and this kind of use of white space and simple shapes really helped create a modern and streamlined look and feel as well. So you can see with Stripe's website, all the colors are there, and all of the colors in the layout, it goes into the different parts of the websites as well. So it's all very seamless and it's all very cohesive as well. It all works really well together. Next, we have Microsoft.com. So Microsoft's website is another great example of flat design with a clean, minimalist layout and bold, bright colors. The site uses simple, flat graphics and typography to create a modern and streamlined look and feel. The site navigation is really easy to use, so you can see the navigation up here, and the content is presented in this very clean and kind of organized way as well. So all these examples really show how flat design can be effective across a variety of different types of websites. So we've seen it from music streaming services, payment platforms, and technology companies as well. So next up we have Material Web Design. So Material Design is a design language developed by Google, and that it emphasizes the use of tactile surfaces, really subtle animation, and also bold and bright colors. So one example of material design is Google.com, and Google's website is a great example of material design because the site features a really clean, simple layout, and it does use the bright, bold colors as well with a focus on typography. On the days where Google uses the Google Doodles, the use of tactile surfaces and subtle animations really help create a sense of depth and interactivity. The site navigation in general is really easy to use, and the content is presented in a really clean and organized way. Another really great example is InVisionApp.com. So InVision website is another great example of material design. So it uses clean, minimalist layout, this really kind of bright, bold colors as well. The site uses geometric shapes and a focus on typography to create a modern and streamlined look and feel. There's also the use of kind of these tactile surfaces and subtle animations to kind of help create that sense of interactivity, and the site navigation as well, really easy to use, really clean, really modern, and this kind of layout and design, if it carries on across the whole website as well to create that kind of seamless user experience. And lastly, we have the material design website itself. And this website is a great example of the design language in action. So the site uses a really clean and simple layout with plenty of white space, bold typography, and bright colors as well. And the site navigation here is really intuitive, and the content is presented in this really clean and organized way. The site also includes a number of interactive elements to help demonstrate the design language in action. And you can sort of see it all and across the website as well. So it's a really clean kind of use for material design as well. So these examples kind of show how material design can be effective across all different types of websites, from search engines, software design platforms, and also design language showcases as well. Next, we have responsive design. So responsive design is a design approach that ensures a website looks good and functions well on all devices, including desktops, laptops, tablets, and smartphones. Nowadays, it's really important for all websites to be responsive, as more and more people are coming onto websites and using websites more on their phone as opposed to their laptop or anything like that. It's also really good for SEO, so Google also are recognizing that more and more people are coming onto websites using mobile phones. So badly responsive website on mobile can actually affect your ranking on Google as well. So one example of a website that uses really good responsive web design is the NewYorkTimes.com. So the New York Times website is a great example of responsive design. The site layout, it adapts to different screen sizes and from desktop to mobile, ensuring this kind of clean, minimalistic approach as well. So you can sort of see, using the inspect element tool, the different kind of ways that the site is responsive on mobile, how everything kind of stacks and everything kind of resizes as well. The site features a really clean and minimalistic design with plenty of white space and a focus on typography as well. Next, we have the Airbnb website. So Airbnb's website is another great example of responsive design. The site itself features a clean and modern design and adapts to the different screen sizes that's available. The navigation itself is really intuitive and easy to use. And the content itself is presented in a really clean and organized way. The use of really high quality images helps create a sense of space and atmosphere regardless of the device being used. And it's really important for websites such as this that the images that are being used are accurate and as high quality as possible in order to get bookings, to get listings and things like that. And another great example of a responsive web design in action is Apple's website. So Apple website also uses responsive web design. And the site features this kind of clean, minimalistic design that we've seen earlier with plenty of white space and a focus on typography. And that also adapts and comes across on the different screen sizes from desktop to mobile, ensuring that the content is always easy to read, always easy to navigate. The site also has a number of interactive elements to create that kind of sense of interactivity and engagement as well. So it's a really kind of easy site and kind of a fun site to use as well. So in this way, in these examples, you can sort of see how responsive web design can be effective across a variety of different platforms and websites, from news sites to e-commerce sites and technology companies, and how important it can be to make sure that your website is mobile responsive as well. Next up, we have parallax scrolling. So parallax scrolling is a design technique that creates the illusion of depth by moving the background of a web page at different speed than the foreground. A really good example, Weglot website for Webflow. So Weglot expands the reach of Webflow and it lets designers create multilingual language sites without having to know another language. So they use this parallax effect to kind of create this depth, and they kind of have this kind of really good effect to kind of create this kind of storytelling effect as well. And they also use these kind of interactive elements to kind of interact with the site and to kind of keep the users engaged as well. Like for example, like the prompt to click here, and you see so the parallax effect as you're scrolling as well. The site is this kind of prompt here to keep the user kind of engaged and on the site for longer as well. And it does again create this kind of storytelling effect. So it's a really good and kind of interesting website to kind of do, and to kind of if you want to keep your site kind of interesting and also keep users engaged onto your site as well. Next, we have full screen design, and full screen design is a design approach that uses the full width and height of a user's screen to display all the content. So a really good example of this is HBO's website. So HBO's website is a great example of full screen design. The site itself features this large full screen background image with this bold typography overlaid on top, and the use of really high quality images as well, and a minimalistic design that follows afterwards creates a sense of atmosphere and engages the viewer's attention as well. And it also puts focus on the most kind of popular kind of things that they want people to click on and things like that. Next, you have Coca-Cola's website. So Coca-Cola's website also features this full screen design, and they use really, really high quality images that takes up basically your entire screen. The site navigation is also very minimal. You can see this kind of toggle icon here, and has links to the different sections of the website as well. Following that, the different sections of the website is presented with large bold text overlaid images, and these kind of bright bold colors really kind of sense a create of energy and excitement as well. And next we have Tesla.com. So Tesla's website is another example of full screen design with this large high quality image taking up the entire screen as soon as the screen is loaded, and the site's navigation is also very, very minimal at the top here. And it's kind of overlaid on the image, which creates that sense of interactivity and engagement. The site, you'll also notice, features a minimalist design with a focus on the high quality images and typography as well. So these examples all kind of show how full screen design can be used to create that sense of atmosphere, engagement, particularly when paired with high quality images and a minimalist design as well. Next, we have card design. So card design is a design approach that features content presented in small individual cards, and then they can be clicked on to reveal more information. So one really good example is Pinterest. So Pinterest website is a really great example of card design in action. The site will feature a grid of cards, each representing a different image or a piece of content, and the cards are presented in this really clean and organized way, with a focus on high quality images and typography as well. Next, we have LinkedIn.com. So LinkedIn's website also uses card design, with each card representing a different user or piece of content. The cards are presented in the grid format with a focus on clear and concise information presented in a professional manner. The use of cards makes it easy to navigate the site and find relevant information really quickly as well. Next, we have Etsy.com. So Etsy's website is an e-commerce platform that also uses card design. Each card represents a different product or shop, and it's presented in a clean and organized way, and has a focus on high-quality images and typography as well. The use of cards makes it easy to browse and discover new products on the site, as well as buy new different things and new shops as well. Lastly, we have illustrative design. So illustrative design uses hand-drawn or digitally created illustrations to create a unique look and feel for a website. One really good example is MailChimp. So MailChimp's website is a great example of illustrative design in action. The site features really playful illustrations throughout, from the homepage to the login page to the product and resources page. All the illustrations are really colorful and engaging, with a focus on conveying the brand's personality and tone as well. Next, we have Human.com. So Human's website is a digital design agency that also uses illustrative design. The site features custom illustrations that help convey the agency's services and approach to design as well. The illustrations are presented in a really clean and modern way, with a focus on minimalist design that lets the illustrations shine. Lastly, we have Dropbox. So Dropbox's website is another example of illustrative design with playful and colorful illustrations throughout. The illustrations help to explain the brand's services and features, presented in a way that is easy to understand and engaging. The site also features a clean and modern approach that puts the illustration front and center. These examples show how illustrative design can be used to create a playful and engaging brand experience as well, particularly when paired with minimalist and modern design. The use of custom illustrations can help convey a unique brand and personality and tone as well. So, how to decide what type of web design to use? Choosing the right web design for your website is an important decision, and it can impact how your site is perceived by users. Some factors to consider are things like your purpose. So the first thing to consider is the purpose of your website. Is it primarily informational? Is it designed to sell products or service? The purpose of your site should inform the design choices that you make. The next thing that you want to consider is branding. So your website should reflect your brand and its values. Consider how you want your brand to be received and choose a design that aligns with that vision. Then you want to think about your audience. So think about who your target audience is and what their preferences are. For example, if your audience is mostly young and tech savvy, a minimalist or flat design might be more appropriate. Then you also want to think about content. So consider the type of content you'll be featuring on your website. If you will be featuring a lot of images or videos, a design that showcases those elements might work the best. And you also want to think about usability. So your website should be easy to navigate and use. Consider how the design choices you make will impact the user experience, including the readability of text, the placement of navigation menus, and the ease of finding information as well. You also want to think about trends, so keep up with design trends and best practices, but don't feel like you have to follow every single trend. Consider what trend might work well for you and your website, which might not be appropriate. Ultimately, the right design for your website will depend on a variety of factors, including your purpose, audience, branding, and content. Consider each of these factors really carefully and choose a design that aligns with your vision for your website and your goals for your online presence. So what is a navigation system? A website navigation system, also known as a website navigation or website menu, is a set of elements or links on a website that helps users to browse and navigate the website's content. Typically, a website navigation system consists of a menu bar, a list of links that are usually placed at the top or the side of the website. The links in the system can be organized in different ways, like by topic, by section, or by audience. A good website navigation should be easy to use, easy to understand, allowing users to find quickly the information that they need, and it should also be consistent throughout the site, so users always know where they are and how to get to where they want to go. Some common types of website navigation include drop-down menus, hamburger menus, breadcrumb trails, and things like that. An effective website navigation is essential for creating a positive user experience and encouraging visitors to explore a site even further. So why is it important to ensure a website has a good navigation system? One reason why it's important is for user experience. So an easy-to-use navigation system makes it easier for users to find the information that they are looking for. This improves the overall user experience and makes users more likely to stay on your site, return to your site in the future, and recommend your site to others. If users are unable to navigate your site easily, they may become frustrated and leave your site. This can lead to a high bounce rate, which basically means that users are leaving your site after viewing only one page. A good navigation system keeps users engaged and encourages them to keep exploring your site a little bit more. The next reason is for accessibility. So a well-designed navigation system makes your site more accessible to users with disabilities or who are using assistive technologies. For example, a clear and descriptive menu helps screen readers to navigate a site more easily. And lastly, for SEO. Search engine considers a site's navigation system when ranking it in search results. If your navigation system is difficult to use, search engines may not be able to crawl and index your site effectively, which can hurt your search engine rankings. Overall, an easy-to-use navigation system is critical for providing a positive user experience and improving engagement, making your site more accessible and helping your site rank well in search engines. Some things you want to avoid when you are designing an organized website navigation. You want to avoid overcomplicating the menu, so it's important to keep your menu simple and easy to use. Avoid using too many levels of navigation or including too many links in your menu. This can overwhelm users and make it difficult for them to find out what they're looking for. You don't want to use any vague labels, so make sure that your labeling in your navigation menu are clear and descriptive. Avoid using vague or generic labels that may confuse users or make it difficult for them to understand where they are on your site. And try not to use too many different types of navigation. So as mentioned earlier, there's different types of navigation, but try and stick to one or two types of navigation like drop-down menus or hamburger menu to avoid confusing users with multiple navigation tools. You also want to make sure that important links are really easy to find and not hidden away in a sub-menu or in the footer menu. Important links should be prominently displayed in your main menu or placed on your homepage. And most importantly, do not ignore your mobile users. With more and more people accessing websites on mobile devices, it's important to design your navigation system with mobile users in mind and at the forefront. Make sure that your navigation menu is easy to use on small screens and that links are spaced out enough to avoid any accidental clicks. By avoiding these common pitfalls, you can design an organized and effective website navigation system that makes it easy for users to find the information that they need on your site. So, as mentioned before, there are different types of website navigations. First up, you have the horizontal menu, and this is one of the most common types of menu, but it's a navigation system that is placed across on the top of the website. It's good for sites with a small number of main categories or pages, and they're best to use whenever you have a limited number of pages or categories that you want to highlight, and when you want to keep the menu in a consistent location across your site. You also have vertical menus. So vertical menu is a navigation system that is placed on the side of a website. This is a common navigation system for sites with a large number of main categories or pages. Vertical menus are best used when you have a large number of main categories or pages that you want to highlight and when you want to keep the menu in a consistent location across your site. Next thing you have is hamburger menus. So a hamburger menu is a navigation system that is hidden behind a small icon, typically 3 horizontal lines. This is a common navigation system mainly for mobile devices or sites with limited space. Hamburger menus are best used when you want to keep the menu out of the way until the user needs it and when you have a limited number of main pages or categories. Next, you have drop-down menus. A drop-down menu is a navigation system that expands when the user hovers over or clicks on a main category page. This is a common navigation system for sites with a large number of subcategories or pages, maybe an e-commerce site or some kind of retail site. Drop-down menus are best used when you have a large number of subcategories or pages that you want to highlight and when you want to keep the main menu simple and easy to use. Lastly, you have a breadcrumb trail. So a breadcrumb trail is a navigation system that shows the user where they are on your site and how they got there. This is a common navigation system for sites with deep hierarchy of pages or categories. Breadcrumb trails are best used when you have a large number of pages or categories that are organized in a hierarchical structure and when you want to help users understand where they are on your site. These are just a few examples of the different types of website navigation systems. The type of navigation system you choose will depend on the needs of your sites and users. So some examples of different navigation systems that some websites use. The website leopa.ai is using a combination of the vertical menu and a hamburger menu for navigation. The vertical menu is located on the right-hand side of the page and includes links to the main sections of the website like technology, about us, home, solutions, and things like that. And the hamburger menu is located on the top right corner, and this expands into the vertical menu to reveal additional links to the site's pages and sections. This combination of navigation system is commonly used on websites that have a large number of pages or sections, but they want to keep the main menu simple and unobtrusive. Having the menu off to the side like that means there's more space for the content and puts more focus on the content as well, on the homepage and all the other pages as well. An example of a website using vertical navigation system is the official website of the New York Times. So on the left-hand side of the page, you will see a vertical navigation system, similar to the Leopa one, except it's on the other side. And you'll see that includes the links to the main sections of the website, like home, world, business, politics, US, things like that. And there's loads more within this topic. So you can see that the vertical menu is used quite efficiently in this way because it's organized neatly by topic, but there are quite a lot of topics there as well. So they have a large number of sections or pages that they want to highlight, but it's not cluttered. It's very clear and organized using this type of navigation system. So this School of Information website for the University of Michigan is a good example of a website using a drop-down navigation system. So you can see in the nav menu, it's separated into these topics, but if I hover over each topic, a drop-down appears with more links to the other sections of the website relating to that topic. The main menu includes links to the sections of like academics, research, programs, things like that. And then we drop down over research, for example, we can see all of the other pages, subsections of the research page. This type of navigation is ideal for websites with a large amount of content, but it needs to be organized in a hierarchical structure, as it allows for easy access to all the different sections and subsections of the site in a clear and organized manner. Additionally, it keeps the main menu simple and uncluttered while providing access to all the different areas of the website, no matter what area of the website I'm actually in. The Moss Bros website is an example of a website that uses a breadcrumb trail navigation in the system as part of their navigation. They have the main kind of drop-down and horizontal navigation system at the top, but you can see on each of their product pages there is the smaller breadcrumb navigation as well. And this kind of helps users keep track of their location. The trail includes links to different levels of the site hierarchy, including slim fit, men's jackets, and then finally the home. So when the user clicks between each of these links in the breadcrumb trail, they're taken directly to that level of the site hierarchy. This type of navigation is ideal for websites with a clear and well-defined hierarchy of content, as it allows for users to move up and down the site hierarchy quickly and the content that they're looking for. And additionally, it provides a visual cue to the user of where they are on the site and how they got there, helping them to orient themselves and navigate the site a bit more efficiently. You see breadcrumb navigations more commonly on retail websites as well, and this kind of helps make it a bit more clear and organized structure for the user as well. Some more examples of websites using clear navigation structure. First off, you have this website that uses the horizontal menu at the top of the page with clear and concise labels for each section. But then when you click into each menu and when you hover over each menu, it then expands into the relevant subsections and links to the related content as well, meaning that it's kind of organized in a structured way, and it makes it easier for users to navigate to this specific product that they want, or even explore different products if they wanted to. Airbnb's website uses a combination of the horizontal menu and a search bar to help users navigate to the content they are looking for. The menu includes links to the main sections of the site, like cabins, countryside, windmills, iconic cities. Then they also have links with the search bar, allowing users to search for specific destinations and types of accommodation as well. Next up, you have Nike. So Nike's website uses a combination of the horizontal menu and the drop-down menu as well to help users navigate to different areas of the site. The main menu includes links to the different schools and departments of the university, while the drop-down menu expands to show the main menu includes links to the different product categories like men, women's, and kids, while the hamburger menu at the top and also the new and featured menu includes links to additional sections of the website like About Nike, store, and things like that. Next up, we have the Harvard University website. So Harvard University uses a combination of the drop-down menu at the top and the vertical menu as well to help users navigate to different areas of the site. So the main menu includes links to the different schools and departments, and then the drop-down menu expands to show related content and subsections as well. Lastly, we have Etsy. So Etsy's website uses a horizontal menu at the top of the page, which is really clear and concise labels for each section. The menus then under each label form a drop-down menu with more subsections, links to related content and subsections, making it really easy to find specific items and categories on the website. And then they also made up of the search bar as well, so they can search for really anything if they're not sure what category it falls under. Another really important one that some people don't really think about is to continuing to monitor your site and removing bad links. So you want to regularly check your backlink profile for spammy or low quality links, and you want to be able to reach out to webmasters as well to request removal of harmful links. And one of the most helpful tool that you can use to do this is Google Search Console. So Google Search Console, their disavow tool, you can use it to ignore links that can't be removed. You can also use it to monitor links as well. So Google Search Console is a free search And that's a wrap on our video today about Squarespace website design. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, give us a like and let us know in the comments what platform you think generates good web design, and I'll see you in the next one.